It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these rings?
It's the and it's the king of me.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait. And there's the bell to start round 1. Misses with the jab. Ooh, he ate that right hand. Crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
To the body. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Beautiful counter punch. Do you believe this? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. That bell could not. What do we expect to see here in round 2? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Just misses with that uppercut. That counter punch caught him clean. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Neither fighter willing to slow down. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
Throws the uppercut but misses. They are giving us a high-tempo show. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Catch and shoot. How about that time counter shot? A perfect counter lands. Nope, that jab not going to score. Nice counter shot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Has to be very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And a round that seemed like he took. There's the bell for round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punching. The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones. Time for the 5th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
And he just missed with that left jab. counter shot lands. You'd like to see more jabs. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. That uppercut doesn't land. Beautiful counter shot. Good one. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And there's the bell for round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. And Amir Khan finally on the canvas. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
That's lights out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
It's not that ever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Khan in that. Round 7, here we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. There's a counter shot. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Perfect counter shot. This is not how the story was supposed to go for Amir Khan.
Fiend Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? And there's the bell for round 8. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. These punches coming from every angle. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are... Look great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
A shot from the gods took him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's